Hello, myself Vivek Ayre, and today in this video I'll be talking about the non-parametric test Mann Whitney U test. Session flow will be first we'll be discussing about the introduction part of this test. Then we'll be practically run this test in a SPSS software, and later we'll be interpret the result that we generated from the software. Usually the tests are divided in a two category, parametric test and non-parametric test. When your data are distributed normally, at that time we are using parametric, and if your data sets is in a non-parametric mode, so at that time we are using we can say not normally distributed, so at that time we are using this non-parametric test. So here our test is Mann Whitney U test. It is an alternative of an independent t test from the parametric test. So we'll be discussing about this. You can see that one variable in two categories. Between two categories, this can be used. So the introduction part, the Mann Whitney U test is a non-parametric equations of two sample t test that we already discussed this term. It utilized to compare two group where the response data for the test variable dependent is ordinal or continuous, or you can say not normal. So whenever categorical variable is having two different groups, so at that time we can use this test. And here the Mann Whitney U test is comparing median of group where the two sample t test comparing mean value. Usually the in parametric test the mean values are easily estimated, so they are comparing the mean value. But in non-parametric test here in Mann Whitney especially we are using or comparing the median of the group. The last one, normality assumptions are not required. So without checking the normality we can run this test. That is the interpretation. Here, let us explain with the example. If a researcher wants to know the attributes for the investment in a mutual fund in male and female. Okay, here our categorical variable is gender, where we have a two label male and female, and we want to know the attributes for the investment. So the attributes at the scale of 5 being strongly disagree and 1 for strongly agree. So here the example with the question, our gender as male and female, and the attribute that we have asked here is the actively that investor is investing in a mutual fund or not. Here strongly for one investment, or we can say 5 for strongly disagreeing. Okay, so what will be the null hypothesis? The null hypothesis for this test is there is a no significant difference in attribute for investment in a mutual fund in male and female investor. And the alternative will be there is a significant difference in attributes for investment in a mutual fund in male and female investor. Okay, so this is how we can construct the hypothesis. So let us run this test in a SPSS software. Here the same thing I have here categorized like gender and investment in a mutual fund. You can see that in a variable view, first is gender, the value 1 for male and 2 for female. It is nominal one. Then here the different scales are we have given 1 for strongly agree, 2 agree, 3 neutral, 4 disagree, and 5 for strongly disagree. So let us run for this test. What you have to do, first you have to go to the analyze, then non-parametric test. Okay, analyze non-parametric test, then two independent sample t test, or we can say two independent sample tests. Here our categorical variable will be here put as a group, and our the attributes that we wants to know here will be put it as a test variable list. But we haven't here right now the defined the group, like group 1 will be our male, and second will be our female. So we have given 1 for male and 2 for female. Okay, already by default the Mann Whitney U test is selected. Will we go to the option, will we select descriptive statistic, then continue, and just you have to press OK. So here is the result that you have generated. First table indicate the descriptive value, mean, standard deviation, minimum and maximum for the both. And here you can see the rank assigned by the Mann Whitney U test. The you can see that in male and female for the investment mean rank here 83.35 and 60.70. It is a difference between this rank. Okay, but whether this is significant or not, so for that we can check this test statistic. And here the last value, significant value, is 0.001. It means that it is a less than the critical value of 5%. It means that we are reject the null hypothesis, and so we can say that there is a significant difference in the attributes for investment in a mutual fund in male and female. But the question arises that is that difference is a, we can say, um, small effect, with the small effect, medium effect, or large effect. So for that you need to understand this effect calculation. So for this group difference with the effect, we can use this calculation. It's given by the Cohen in the year of 1998, and there are total number of 3 criteria. And here the equation is R is equal to Z upon root of n. The Z value which you will be get from your test statistic, here the Z value is minus 3.213. Here the sign doesn't matter, the sign indicate the in which direction it moves, or difference will be generated, negative or positive, but we will be only selecting this value without this sign. Okay, so the value of Z is 3.213. So same will be put here in our equation. And if the Z R is equal to 3.213 divided by root of 150, so we'll be get the answer of 0.2548. And for this effect there are 3 criteria. Small effect is there, medium or large. So if your answer is 0.1 or less than 0.1, it indicate that there is a small effect between this different selected variable between the category. And if your answer is between 0.1 to 0.3, it means there is a medium effect. And your answer is between 0.3 and 0.5, it means there is a large effect. Here our answer is 0.25, it means it falls between 0.1 and 0.3. So we can say that the difference between the investment in a mutual fund from the gender wise, male and female, is having a medium effect. Yes, it is a medium difference is that. So this is how we can interpret, and overall we can conclude that the null hypothesis is rejected, and so we can say that there is a significant in fact difference in attribute for investment in a mutual fund in male and female, as well as we can say that there is a medium effect of difference in a group is noticed from the calculation of effect. So this is how you can interpret the test results, and you can identify the effect. So thank you.